Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Archieverse. Welcome to the Archie and Lux live stream show. How is everybody doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. It's Monday, the 8th of July, 2024. Fun in the Archieverse episode 080724. Angelic, yes, I do have an update for you, Angelic. Just for you, Angelic. Please click on the like button, the thumbs up, or click on the thumbs down. Let's see who is in the house today. We got one, you see it. Hello, hello. We got an acquired taste. Thank you so much. We got Aaron Fletcher's in the house. We got OG Baby Girl. We got JT. We got Discount. Who else we got? We got Brett Yulton. He says, we're back to the late time slot. Yeah, fight the Aussies. Hey. I wouldn't say fight the Aussies. No, not at all. We love the Aussies. Who else we got? We got Angelic Slayer's in the house. Good evening to you, Angelic Slayer. Who else we got? We got Anthony Weiner's in the house. JB's in the house saying have a great show. Thank you so much. Where's Scratchy? No Scratchy today? Peter Richard sending love hearts. Thank you, Peter Richard. Who else we got? Unfortunately, Angelic, yes, it is. It's the Luxy show. It's the Luxy show. And Peppa does appear. Hey, we got Scratchy. Here we go. Hey, Luxy Poo, late again. I know it's okay, Scratchy. I know you're late. No problem, no problem. Hey, Scratchy, better late than never, Scratchy. Better late than never. I forgive you, Scratchy. Don't worry. I forgive you. It's all good. It's all good, Scratchy. I forgive you. So the link is here. Where's the link? There is the link in case anyone wants to jump on and have a bit of a chit chat on this Monday afternoon, evening, morning. There you go. What was I going to say? Oh, yes, you want Peppa. You want Peppa. Update from the Peppa. Let me show you an update. Here we go. We got proof of Peppa. This is just for you, Angelic. Just for you. Here we go. There you go. Don't you think she's getting big, right? She's pretty big. How about that? Proof of Peppa. Wow. There you go. And if that wasn't good enough, then I have something else for you, Angelic. Angelic, I got something else for you, Angelic. Are you ready? Oh, Discount says, let's see it move. Okay, you want to see it move? I got proof of moving. Here we go. Proof of moving. Let's have, oh shit, where is it? The modules. Proof of moving.
Peppa.
There you go. Proof, boys. You guys want it. I give it to you. There you go. Proof. It's not stuffed. It's doing well.
Peppa.
And no, it's not 3 months ago. This was today. There you go. Proof of Peppa. I hope you're happy now, Angelic. I hope you're happy. Angelic, why don't you jump on? Have a bit of a chat with us. I'd love to have a chat with you. Long time no see to the Angelic Slayer. Discount says we want Peppa live. Well, I can't do that. I can't do that. Discount. Angelic says that's the best video I've ever seen. Well, there you go. Just for you, Angelic. Just for you. Hey, Archie, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, not too bad. What's going on?
Angelic wanted proof of Peppa, so I got proof of Peppa. Here you go, Archie. Just for you as well. It's proof of Peppa. What do you think?
Peppa.
There's his name. Do you think it's got big?
He's looking great.
Yeah, it's a girl. There you go. Proof of the Peppa. Jonathan, jump on, Jonathan, jump on. There we go. There we go. Proof of the Peppa.
Proof of the Peppa. That doesn't get better than that. Proof of the Peppa.
Exactly.
I'm going to try and do some. I'm going to download some photos. Just.
Okay, no problem. Why are you?
Hang on the line.
While you're doing that, I have found a Rolex watch that I really want to buy, Archie. I've never really been a big Rolex man. I've openly always stated that I'm not really a big Rolex man, but there is a Rolex I've just found that I would really love to have. And I'll bring it up.
Sounds good.
If we can get some guesses. Can we get some guesses in the chat? What Rolex would Luxie want to have? Which Rolex? It's not the rainbow. It's not any that I've mentioned before. Peter Richards says
steel, two-tone, or precious metal.
Precious metal.
Fuck. Okay, expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I can afford that.
I didn't say I could afford it. it's
expensive.
I'll give you a clue. It's white gold. White
Fuck.
gold.
Okay. Man, do you realize? Okay, no worries. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a 40 mil white gold. That should give enough tips for everybody. 40 mil white gold.
Yes.
Any ideas?
No ideas.
All right, I'm gonna bring it up. The lead says Milgauss. Angelic says a pink Daytona. No, I said I haven't shown it before, Angelic. I haven't shown it. Here we go. I'll bring it up. It might be a shock, might not be a shock, but let me bring it up on the screen. Here we go. This is the special edition Saatchi, the 116589 Saatchi, 18 karat white gold, sapphire set. It's from around about 2001. I've never really been into bracelets. I like the leather strap on it. I like the blue sapphires. I think that's a Luxie watch.
Blue, it looks amazing. Don't you think? The blue looks amazing there.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I'll get you some different pictures. I got some different. I got another version. If you're not into the whole blingy bling bling, if it's too blingy for you, I have another version that has a mother of pearl dial, I believe. So instead of having a diamond dial, you got a mother of pearl dial.
Wow, amazing stuff, Lux.
Yeah. Do you reckon that'd be a nice watch?
I really do like that. I think that looks really sexy. I think sexy is the word for it. It's very sexy.
Yeah, I like it.
The only problem is like it's expensive. How much? These are expensive. This is an off catalog
Yes. Off catalog.
It's an off-catalog watch, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have a look at the prices. Do you want to have a look at the prices?
Sure.
Any guesstimates?
Yes.
Any guesses
They have
of a price, Archie? Any guess?
I got no idea. It's far beyond my means.
Would you say over $100,000? Sorry, over £100,000 or lower than £100,000?
Oh, okay. I reckon about £100,000.
Here we go. Depending on which version you have, you could have diamond dial, 175,000 British pounds. You could have a plain black dial.
What about the blue one you just had there?
Which one?
The blue, sapphire one you just had there. How much is
These
that?
are all sapphire. These have all got sapphires. This is the one that I was showing before with the diamond dial. 175,000. Or this is the mother of pearl one.
Yeah.
Is 182,000. It's insane, right?
Holy shit.
There's a stone dial, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not too keen. I'm not too keen on this stone dial. It doesn't really match, does it?
I got no idea, Luxy.
Okay.
Do you reckon that stuff would make you happy if you own this shit? Does that make you happy? Is that happiness? What is happiness?
Paying happiness.
Do you reckon that
West Side. Happiness is having all your bills paid. Having all your bills paid, a roof over your head, food in your stomach, and having people that love you. That's happiness, right?
Yeah.
As long as the bills are paid, food's on the table, what more could you ask for? These luxury goods are just novelties. They're just accessories to go on top of. If you've got enough money to pay all the bills, these are just on top, accessories on top. This is when you've got too much money, you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. What is happiness? What is any of this?
Well, I suppose it's each person has their own thoughts of happiness, don't they? But for me, happiness is as long as I've got my bills paid, food on the table, and people that love you.
And a Mercedes-Benz in the driveway.
No, I'm happy with a Mazda 3. Mazda 3 is fine. I'm happy with a Mazda 3. There's not many of this available. There's only eight listings on Chrono24, Archie, for this particular the Sachi.
Wow. Amazing stuff.
And there's only one with diamond dial. I would have thought the diamond dial would be more expensive than the mother of pearl dial, to be honest.
Yeah. No, that's. Where did you find this? Tell me this. What happened? Tell me what happened. Where did you find this stuff?
You mean this particular watch?
Yes.
Just
it's
Googling.
Not like you to be Googling. Okay.
Half of Smash says, is this still a watch channel or suicide count? No. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Or what channel?
Don't worry about it. Mr. Zoso's in the house. Hello, Mr. Zoso. The link is there.
Quiet. Let's be honest. Let's confront the elephant in the room. It has been really quiet, guys. I don't know why. I mean, look, is the economy turning? What's happened? Please tell me what's happening, okay? Tell me what's happening. It has been very quiet, hasn't it, Lux?
In what sense? What are you talking about?
The super chats have been a little bit quiet lately, and we're not concerned, but it's always we like to provide good entertainment for the punters, don't we?
Yes.
And it's always a concern if the punters aren't getting the best value they want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We want to provide
Okay.
the best value we can, don't we?
Yes, Archie.
And yeah, it's been a little bit, but you know what? We're positive guys. Like we are here for the long haul. We're here long haul. That's what we are. Long haul, not short haul.
Exactly.
And
so with that new Daytona that I'm looking at, Archie, I would also like to go with that. I would also like to go with it a Louis Vuitton trunk. Okay.
a
So with that,
trunk. Yes.
but not just any
I
trunk.
love those trunks.
One of these like wardrobe trunks. Don't you like the wardrobe trunks?
Oh, I love them. I love them to death. I really do.
Would you ever
They're
desire to have one of these wardrobe trunks?
Would it make me happy? They're you know how much they are, don't you?
Yes,
like
it's on the screen.
£50,000.
£131,000.
Oh fuck! How big is that wardrobe trunk? Fuck me dead. Yeah,
It's
I'd
not
be
that
happy
big.
with. Who buys that shit? Can I ask you that? Like, how rich do you need to be to buy that shit?
Well, you'd need your own private jet, that's for sure. Can you imagine taking that to the check-in desk at the Air Asia check-in desk?
Air Asia or Nook Air.
Okay, I just want to check in my $130,000 LV case. Sorry, sir, this is over the weight limit. It is nice, though, isn't it?
Have you ever had to pay for extra luggage there?
I think once in my lifetime. Once.
Yeah, sometimes they can be real sticklers about it, can't they?
Yes. Yes.
So that's how they make a lot of their money, is getting you, nabbing you.
But that's why you
isn't it?
make sure that's why you make sure it's not overweight. You make sure it's not overweight.
You better. I mean, you
Would
go
you
on
like?
a
Would you
long
like
trip.
one? Yeah.
I got given a whole stack of magazines. Do I throw them away or what do I do? They're heavy as fuck.
You mean now to go back to Australia?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, I
what
got
kind
them
of
in the
magazines
UK.
are they?
Now, these were watch magazines, but I mean, they're heavy as fuck. What do you do with them?
Are they worth anything? Are they collector's items or are they just generic watch
I
magazines?
haven't read them. I would like to. I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore. Okay. I got no idea anymore. You know.
I mean, is your suitcase on the limit or is your suitcase half empty?
It's a little bit on the limit, but I got 23 kilos to go back. It's. I'll I can always leave it in China until next time.
Yeah, so just leave it till next time.
I don't know.
I mean, are you desperate to take some watch magazines? We got Half on Smash in the house. Half on Smash, how you doing?
What up, fellas?
Man. Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? I gotta hold on.
Hey, we're okay. Better than I deserve. Better than I
I
deserve.
gotta take my
Don't
tone
say that,
down
Archie.
to the tempo of this show.
It's not that bad, huh? Come on, it's not that bad.
Look at this. would this make you happy?
By the way, you know, I had Herman Ingram wanted me to sell a watch for him, right? He's difficult. He's fucking. He's
I
not
mean,
the
you know
guy's
what you're
not-
getting into before you even finish the sentence.
What should I have said? No, Herman, I can't, man. I don't want to. I can't help you, man. I don't know why the fuck he bought a show. It's not a terrible watch. Okay, it's actually quite a nice watch, but the problem with any fucking
You know you're fucked the second he's like, this is one of 10 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Because
watch was
no
he
one
selling?
cares.
It's one of 8 actually, but I mean, but no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
No one really cares.
I personally like the watch, but I wouldn't spend my money on it. It's like you see someone has it, and it's like, oh, it's a cool watch, but it's kind of passive.
What's the watch that he's selling? I haven't seen it.
A Luke Shepard Candy Skull Gold.
Okay.
But he wants to sell it to buy a Rolex. It's so lame doing that. You know what I mean?
It's one of those watches when you buy, you have to realize you're sticking with that for a conceivable future, unless you are ready to take the hit, which it doesn't sound like he's ready to.
I mean, you think he's insane, don't you?
Personally, yes.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that looks like it, right, Arch?
Limited edition?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. How are you going to get out of that fucking thing?
Yeah,
You know
limited
what I mean? It's a
edition
nice
8.
watch.
Yeah. No, cool watch. I mean, but I just don't know where. That's not an easy quick sell if you're looking. What did he want? 10.5?
I don't know why he. Some people should just keep stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain watches that you buy it for life. You understand?
I'm trying to see if there's anyone else out there in the market that we can get a kind of consistent look.
How much does he want for it? Do you know?
10.5.
10.5.
How much did he pay for it?
I mean, look, I like the guy, right? I like Herman, right? He's very sensitive, but you know what I'm saying or not?
Yeah. Yep.
It's hard to sort of. He gets very upset easily. You know what I mean? I don't know why he's like that. He just.
I'm sure alcohol has something to do with it.
He's a professional musician. He is good.
Yeah.
I think angry.
Maybe he's a tortured artist.
I think the problem is he's angry that his art doesn't seem to pull in big bucks.
I don't get that vibe from him. He is angry. I don't think it's from that.
I mean, I think I can understand why he's angry, because you've got musicians, so-called musicians, who don't really know anything about music, who seem to be making the big bucks. Is that fair to say, Hoff?
Yes. But that's because no one realizes talent's maybe 20%, if that.
And life isn't fair, right?
Arch, I've had my own brother curse me out over Thanksgiving dinner, telling me I don't know what talent is. He has more talent in his pinky than, because he was a career musician that kind of from the hair metal era, that he had a record deal and he had a good wave, but he was very pompous when he had the attention and wanted full creative control, and no one knew anything. And you know what they say to that. Next. And then
so what
suddenly
happened?
I mean, he had to get a job, and he was working in a guitar shop handling custom guitars in the city, one of the premier ones, and he eventually became head of a guitar company, but he could just, he was making $1 million a year and could never still get over like that he wasn't a career artist. He was like tortured by it, like miserable making that type of money because he wasn't.
Oh, why does he need to be angry at you? What did you do wrong?
Because I was in the music industry.
You
And I
think
guess
you can
I was the
control?
tangible figure that he could vent to.
You think you have any fucking sway? You're just
listen. To give you a prime example, I had him sit down
you were
once
just
with.
telling the lie. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't invent the rules, did you? Right?
No, but I would try to explain to him like where he was running into some issues and
I would quote the Audemars Piguet. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Can you play?
I can't hear you, Arch.
Your signal keeps cutting out, Archie.
Quote the Audemars Piguet quote.
Is it? I'm guessing it's not just me. Is it?
To break the rules, you firstly have to master them.
Got it. So the Audemars Piguet, to break the rules, you have to master them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Is that fair enough or not?
Yes, I see and I understand.
That's such a great quote.
I agree.
And you should say to him, that's why I wear an AP Music Edition.
Well, I really don't talk to him anymore.
How much was he making in the guitar business? You said how much was he making?
Oh, millions. Literally millions.
What the fuck's the problem?
Most miserable prick you'd ever see. Hated everyone. Jealous of every musician that he did endorsement deals with.
Why?
Shit.
Yeah. So I was just going to say before you went on your Piguet mission statement that one time I had him sit down with a general manager and someone I knew who was like a musician, kind of how he was, someone who was at a very high level, making a ton of money, but still had that artist bug that really wanted to be a performer. And I thought those two could connect. And they had a meeting. They all talked well. And then my brother refused to play in front of him. He refused to play in front of him because he didn't have his exact bass and refused to pick up any of the other half a dozen basses that this guy had laying around his office just to, have a little jam session with him. It was super embarrassing.
What?
But that's when I realized, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? What am I doing?
You think?
There's only so many times you get to play in front of someone like a Rick Rubin, and if anyone can give you some feedback on your music, or like, please, you can't. If you can't play in those situations, I don't know what to tell you. It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Very hard. I think YouTube's hard. I tell you, the happiest artists I know, and I've met quite a few, is that had a vision straight from the onset of their career. Didn't want to be number one, just had wanted to be a touring musician, kind of knew who their fan base was, and stayed loyal to it that entire time. And they still have very long careers. It used to blow my mind when I was younger, but now that I'm older and understand, those typically are the smartest ones. But Arch, back to more important things. When are you getting home?
Next week.
So I thought he said he was leaving tonight or tomorrow morning.
I think he is Tuesday, right? Archie, you leaving on Tuesday?
That's
I think his
right.
internet. Okay, yeah,
Actually, tomorrow.
yeah, Tuesday,
Right.
tomorrow.
And then you're going straight home from there after your trip?
The pork and I want to show Hoffmeister something. I'm just trying to do two things.
Hoff, now you see how hard it is.
Yeah, but Lux, when you're lower energy than him, how do you expect to get the plane off
I think
the
it's
ground?
my microphone. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's my personality. I'm more soft and just laid back.
You figure, doesn't chocolate have caffeine in it? Slow down your intake till the show.
I haven't had any chocolate today. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe.
How's everything in your world?
Going well. Can't complain.
No.
Nice. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in New York, getting some nice warm weather, but a ton of humidity. I hate it.
Summertime in New York City.
Yeah, everything gets sticky and nasty.
Yeah, you got both. You got two extremes, right? In the summer is very hot,
Because
and the
it
winter
fucking
it's very.
snows. It's amazing.
Yeah. That's right. But at least what I always say is at least you could dress for the cold, right?
Yes, I've always said if people ask me, would you rather be in extreme cold or extreme heat? And I'd pick cold at any day of the week because there's only so many layers you can take off, right?
Yeah. So Arch, Tan's been doing some amazing watch talk, and I see Higgy in the chat. He even jumped on, and they had some great shows. Have you looked those back at all?
Yeah, actually, I got some good stuff I want to show you in a minute. Just bear, please.
Okay.
Just bear with me if you can. I went to the world's largest luxury car dealer.
Oh wow!
Oh, really?
In China?
Yeah. Just give me a minute. Give me a couple minutes.
Okay.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll show it to you.
While you're pulling that up, Arch, can I ask you like a question that's not too detail oriented?
I'm just going to download the photos. That's why the internet's fucked. Because I'm doing.
How would you feel about me
Yeah.
adding a Panerai to the collection?
Go for it. What model? Precious metal or steel?
No. Neither. I want to do titanium, and here's my thesis. I started looking into it when Tan did a Panerai segment last week, and it made me realize how much I enjoy wearing my music edition, but still sometimes I'm scared to, beat it up or something, just because it's something, if I fuck it up, like I'll never be able to really get it. And I started looking into it and realizing how those titanium Panerai still have great wrist presence, right? The 44, I've tried them on before. They look great on my wrist. And they're actually a lot lighter than you think. So I've been looking around, and I really like the PAM 177.
The 177.
Yeah. The only thing that kind of shitted me off, I thought I found the perfect one. And then the one thing that shits me off a little bit is it doesn't have a hacking movement. Does that should I care about that?
$44 mil titanium.
Yes, 44 mil titanium has the small seconds at 9.
Yeah,
I feel like I only want manual because I feel like that's true to the heritage, and I want small seconds so you could see if the fucking thing's working instead of having to wait. If it's running out. And some of them, I don't know. I think there's a lot of great different straps you can put on them, and it looks kind of cool. So I'm thinking of maybe getting into one of these. But
Shit,
I want to.
look at this strap. Fuck. Never seen
Yeah,
this.
I just like how it looks different with any different straps.
Yeah, because
Really changes the look of the watch.
there's a basic black dial, and like you say, you can put hundreds of different colors on the straps, and it feels like you're wearing a brand new watch every time you change the strap, right?
Yeah. And you see, that's the strap it comes with, like a brown crocodile.
Okay.
And it looks really fancy. But if you slap it on, like you were showing that Air Force or that paratrooper, I believe, it looks completely different.
And you can put a rubber strap.
Yeah.
You could put a tan leather strap.
And I was watching some video where a guy showed that this watch actually weighed less than a Kermit, believe it or not, with the hollow center links.
Wow.
Yeah, see, the head only weighs 78 grams.
Yeah, but I need to check what model this is. Fuck, that's a fake watch forum.
Oh.
Replica watch forum.
Well, that's the part that has me really scared. There's a.
I was about to say, Panerai are renowned about the amount of fakes there are in the Panerai world.
But from what I've been researching, there seems to be some like dealers that really specialize in Panerai that are universally trusted amongst the Paneristi. But the problem is those guys are also a little expensive.
It says it's about 100 grams for the titanium and
expensive is the
125
word.
for the steel.
And that's one thing you don't want to be when buying a PAM, right? I don't want to spend a lot of money on this shit.
You're looking about 4,000 British pounds second hand.
Yeah, the price I seen was around 5K US. So that probably lines up for something nice. There's obviously cheaper examples, but here comes Mr. Z.
Hey, what's
Talk
up?
to me, Mr. Z.
Hello.
What's going on, Lux?
Hey, long time.
The problem with those watches is that the fake ones are just as good as the real ones.
Yep.
They use a very base movement. Either you pronounce it either Unitas or Unitas.
Yeah, I've seen that. Right, those are the classic ones, right?
Yeah, and they're and listen, it's a beautiful watch. Don't get me wrong. I like them, but they are so not worth what you buy.
So you're recommending to get a fake one?
No. I mean, if you want to scratch an itch, go for it. But you're not going to get there's not a value there as far as high horology is concerned.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is kind of like a daily beater that would still kind of give me a little fun.
Yeah, great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a great. I love Panerai. I had years ago. I had a Radiomir, an old school Radiomir, and it was great. And I don't have a big wrist, so I had the smaller one. But I've been looking at Moda. I've seen your music edition. They've been having a cycle of 37 millimeters. I guess that's the smaller one.
I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah, that 37's always been super soft.
30. I think I see the last one. It was 36 grand.
Wow.
Could that be?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them that, what happens? Because, in our hobby, everyone loves to spread good info. Every time there's a cheap listed 37 millimeter, I get like 15 DMs from people saying, holy shit, I didn't realize your watch crashed like this. Yeah. So I was well aware.
It's not your watch. Yeah.
Exactly. But
at least everyone's looking out for you.
Yeah. But it is amazing to disparage the price difference between the two. I mean, obviously the 43 took a hit, but I don't think it was as severe because there's certainly not as many out in the market.
Well, you almost never see that one, but you do. I
Yeah.
have been seeing the 37 mil a lot, and I was just. Do you know what the MSRP on that is?
Yeah, I feel like it was probably very high 20s. Because I know the
Oh, all
music,
right.
like
So
the
it's still
43 was about 30.
got it. So they're still well over. I mean, it's not like you're getting it and that. What were they limited to? They were limited to what? 50
500.
pieces or something? Oh,
500.
500. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. I think 37 is a little too small, to be honest with you. Even though those wear big.
I think you'd be surprised at how the 37 wears in AP.
It wears
37 in
big.
AP wears like 40 in Rolex.
Okay.
If it's
So
something
that's
you're
something.
interested in, I would definitely try on a 37 when you get the chance. Most AP boutiques actually have 37s on hand for people to try for that reason, because everyone assumes they're going to be way too small, and then they fit a little.
The last one I saw that was listed, it was on a yellow rubber strap.
Well, it comes with 4 different colors.
Oh, all right. No, maybe that. I don't know if it was rubber.
Yeah,
It might
see
have
right
been,
there. Yeah, look at this. It
Yeah.
has some type of like sparkly applique on the rubber, but it is rubber. The
Blue,
37.
green, yellow.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a member chat. Sorry, a member chat from Scratchy, member for 17 months. Thank you, Scratchy. Half, what do you think of the Submersible Elux lamp?
Let me see. I think I know this one, and it is super expensive, but very cool looking.
All right, it's on the screen.
Yeah. Yep, it's the one I was thinking of. It's got that like dark blue, almost like a gunmetal look. That thing's $100,000 if I'm not mistaken.
$106,000.
I love that bezel. That bezel's
Yeah.
rocking.
Yeah.
That's the one that glows in the dark, right? That has the luminescent.
Yeah, that definitely has to.
Yeah, it like lights up like a torch. That thing.
I just don't. I love a lot of the like crazy materials that Panerai experiments with, but the pricing's just so crazy. The one thing that, I was very close to actually getting a PAM from the AD, which would have been a horrible. Well, they said they'd do a little for me, but I had one on in E-steel that I liked a lot, but I just couldn't wrap my head around the premium they charge for recycled steel.
How much would they do for you? How much would they do for you, Halfmeister?
Discount wise, we didn't get into it because I just got turned off to it. I got turned off to it very quickly once I realized like the premium for the E-steel, and it was just annoying to me. You know when something sours like the whole thing for you?
Unless they're offering you Steel Sports at retail after the purchase, I would say no.
It was basically a base Luminor with small seconds, and I want to say it was like 9,500 or something. And they kept going on, but this is the E-steel. This isn't regular stainless. This was recycled, and I was like, I don't care. I'm not paying a $3,000 premium for recycled stainless. Like that's insane, especially when it's almost 50% premium. The regular one I was looking at that was stainless was around low 6s, and the E-steel version was like 9,500. But I just love the tone of it.
The only way they could justify that is if they made so much less of the recycled steel models, and then they'd be rarer and obviously command more money. That would be the only.
Yeah, the reason I got into it, like I was looking at it and liked it, is I just don't like the high polish on the Panerais. Like the steel ones, they polish to such a high finish, and that's why I like the titanium ones. They're a little more bead blasted, so if you like ding them up, or they're just low key. That's basically what I'm looking for. But I want to stick to, $5K or under.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty in that price range but you got to go pre-owned, and that is a landmine. That's a tough market to be in. You're right. You'd have to pay a little extra and buy from somebody who's very reputable.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You would have to.
Because otherwise,
even then you'd be sweating it. You know that Brooklyn Bridge edition, special edition years ago when they came out with that.
Yes, I seen that in my searches.
There was no difference between the copy and that watch. There none. I mean, literally, you could not tell them apart.
Huh.
So they put a cheap shit $75 movement in a $20,000 watch.
I'm trying to find there was an eBay auction I found that I really loved. It was a little more than I was looking to spend, but hold on. See if I can pull it up here.
The leads are saying, "Hey, Lux, is that Rolex real? Which Rolex? Which Rolex are you talking about?"
Arch, if I WhatsApp you a link, you can pull it up.
If he's paying attention, maybe.
If he's
yeah, should be able to. I'm just trying to copy the files off that failed, but that's okay. Keep going. Yeah.
The lead says, "Hey, Lux, is your Rolex real? I don't have a fucking Rolex. I wish." Which Rolex is that then, Leeds?
That used to be the opening question. Probably, maybe, well, not in our circle, but in regular life, if someone stopped you and asked you about your watch and you were wearing the Rolex, the first thing they said to you was, "Oh, is that real?"
Yeah.
Which is a bizarre question because there's more fakes. There's more Rolex fakes than there probably are anything ever made in a wristwatch.
Hey, Zosa, one question. When you had your Panerai, right, did you feel like the crown guard was constantly like slamming into the top of your hand?
No, I had a radium ear, so it didn't have that.
Right. Because that was the other thing. I was wondering, is it worth getting like the Destro version that it's on the left-hand side so you don't have to worry about that as well? Because they have some cool editions like that.
I had a
I believe it's a Pan 117. I
had a 112 for a while that had that the crown guard that you're talking about, and it never bothered. It never bothered me. No, but the radium ear that I wear a lot, that has a regular. It doesn't have any guard on it.
Yeah. That was the original case that like Rolex used to supply movements for them in, right?
Right. The sandwich dial, I guess, the sandwich case, whatever. I don't think they called it a sausage dial, but
no, the sandwich is where the top layer is cut out and it has the luminescence underneath, and the sausage dial is where they kind of apply the lume on top of the dial.
So, yeah, it had those wired. It had the wired lugs.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was fun. It was cool, But I don't have a big wrist, so that's why I went with that. And then I tried I think it was a 112. It was a 111 and a 112, one or the other. And I didn't like that at all. So that didn't even last a month on my wrist.
Wow. Yeah, I always wanted one of them in the collection. I just feel like it's something cheap and I could get a lot of wrist time out of.
Oh, we got Home and Love in the house.
Which all the watch time, or with all the watch crime ratcheting up in the city, my wife's really been getting on me lately about wearing anything too expensive, and think, low key Panerai might be the right move.
Is there anything that could be more low key than a Panerai?
Is watch crime that bad?
Well, it's just kind of ratcheting up at the moment because there's a lot of like migrant gangs that are organizing, and they have all these like ghost scooters. They kind of like what London's been dealing with in a way, and they've been targeting a lot of like different hot night spots or areas where they know people could be wearing nice watches, and just kind of running down on them and disappearing.
You know, everywhere that Hoff is hanging out.
Wow.
Well, it's the scary thing is, I have a friend of mine who, you know, is always like, oh, that's an isolated incident. Oh, they were targeted. Like, always has an excuse for everything. And this time around, he's like, yeah, no, don't fuck around. Don't. Oh, and Angelica, Ghost Scooter is basically, you know, a motorized scooter that has no plates or no way of tracking anything. So none of the cameras that, you know, they have every inch what they can track them down.
Yeah, I just did a Google search for watch crime New York, and there's so much going on. I don't know if this is particularly watch crime related, but it says suspects grabbed a 22-year-old male victim by the shirt and forcibly removed his property. Who would be offering the reward? Is this a government reward? $3,500? Is that the government that's offering that reward?
No.
Yeah, I
Is that
can't imagine they would for such a small thing. It has to be the victim's family or some type of organization. Maybe it is a Crime Stoppers thing that's funded through donations, but yeah, it just generally seems to be getting worse. So figure it could be something interesting. And I don't know. Dare I say I'm getting sick of my Omega Sword Hand Speedmaster or my Seamaster Sword Hands.
Do you ever hear of Zelos? They came out with a tantalum watch that was limited to, I think, 50 pieces for $2,000. And it had, I think it had an aventurine and a combination of aventurine and meteorite dial on it. And it's tantalum. I was looking at this. I think it was Design Altier did a review on it. He did a review on it. I think he got one from the company. And it looked amazing. I mean, for the price point, that's crazy. Crazy number. 2 G's?
You know, someone in JJ's WhatsApp group was once showing a kind of Microbrand watch with a meteorite dial. And it was someone who also owned a Rolex meteorite dial. And he took a bunch of photos of them side by side. And it was amazing the quality that was in that watch for sub 5K for the dial. You really couldn't tell that much difference.
Meteorite is, you know, the beauty is in the beholder at that point. You know, you really, and you got to be lucky. Like the one you had, it happened to be a very nice dial. It didn't look like an ashtray. So that was a nice one. And,
right.
You know,
when they get a little too much rhodium on it, that's when it falls apart, right?
And it can be darker and a little bit, you know, unsightly at times. That would really suck. Can you imagine getting a call for a meteorite and then when you get there, the fucking dial is just a horrific looking dial? Yeah.
I found that Zelos.
Zelos.
It's called the Swordfish. That's the tantalum limited edition. It's around 1,500.
It was 2 G's, and it just came out. Obviously it sold out immediately. I think there was only 50 of them, but I don't know. Maybe bring it up. Let's take a look at it.
Hold on. I keep forgetting I have keys. Hold on.
It's got
this.
No, that's not it. It's more of a dress watch.
Oh yeah, see, this is the non-linked version I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's not it.
All right.
It just came out, so if you go to their website, it'll probably still be listed on there. And they have some nice versions of the same thing in steel that are like $700 or $800 that you can get like an aventurine dial on.
Oh, I see it. I found it.
But the
This?
tantalum one, I mean,
Is this what you're talking about?
yeah,
The Aventurine?
that's it. Yeah, I don't know if that's the one, but they had a tantalum one that is no longer available. I think that's the
$800.
adventure. No, that's the Aventurine, so that's not the tantalum.
Huh.
They might have taken it off their site,
Yeah.
but it is that model, and it was 2Gs.
Wow.
That's what the watch kind of looked, and it had a meteorite. It was a combination of meteorite and tantalum, a meteorite and Aventurine dial. Very
Crazy.
cool, very cool. And it was, I think it was $19.99 US.
What does this dial remind me? Is this like a Parmigiani dial? This dial's reminded me of some type of watch. I can't think of it with all the guilloche.
Salmon.
Just the design of it with the
No,
inset small stuff.
That's a honeycomb, I believe.
Huh.
There goes the blinker. I don't know if Dirk is listening.
Nice. Carly's gonna have fun. Mookie, clip
The
that.
blinker has engaged.
I'm just
that means
watching
you're
now.
getting close to work, so help me out here. Don't go. Please.
I'm about 20 minutes away.
All right, so we still have you for a little bit.
So I'm just searching now. So it's a meteorite, and what else did you say?
It's meteorite and Aventurine, and it's the key is that it's a tantalum material.
Okay, was it? Is it this one? I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, I found it.
You found it, Huff?
Yeah.
Is it this one?
No,
No, I have it here.
Got it.
It's got to be this one.
that's it. That's it. 2Gs.
Yeah, that's
50
They
impressive.
said they slaved all the money with that $30 strap they threw it on.
Yeah, but it is kind of sick how they have the Aventurine in the center and the meteorite on the outer ring.
I think that's a lot of bang for the buck right there, and
Oh, yeah.
and to have and it's tantalum.
And it's at least an ETA movement.
It's a manual wind, so they did a nice job. It was pretty.
I wish they had more
Actually, there's a
photos.
video. There's a video of it. Design LTA did a video of it, a review. I haven't been able to see it yet, but it's in my queue.
Looks like it has a domed crystal too, or not domed. What do you call that when it's
It's not a plexi.
No, but there's a certain word for it where it like lifts up and goes. It's almost like a bottle cap, but there's a specific word for it.
I've got a video. I'll try and bring it up.
A box crystal. That's what I think it is.
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a video if you guys want to see. I got a video of it. Here we
All right,
go.
let's see, Lux.
Bringing it up. Here we go.
Yeah, Phoenician, you're right.
This is not the same.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This is not the same one.
Is that the designer TA's site?
No, it's
That's where you're going
some-
wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one.
I think they sent him one, and he said he's going to keep it. That's how impressed he was.
Yeah, I'd run into a lot of problems like that if I got sent watches. How many would you end up keeping, Zoso? I feel like I'd end
All
up
of them.
keeping a lot.
I mean, unless it was an incredible shitter, I'd definitely keep that. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There was a brand back in the day I used to like by this company. I'm trying to find it. I think it was their diver. But I don't remember it being called the Spearfish.
Well, that's only 37 millimeters, so that's a small. It's a dress watch,
Yeah.
but still, where
No,
are you
they
going
have
to get
40,
a brand new?
42 mils versions too, bigger models. But yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I mean, $1,500 is a steal. You wear that to like a cocktail event, no one's going to think that's a $1,500 watch, especially people that know watches. You're going to see the Aventurine, you're going to see the Meteorite, and assume that's an expensive model.
Patrick B says, I like Zelos, except you can't get the coolest releases unless you order the day of release. I guess you got to join their mailing list, join their email list to get updates on when they're going to release stuff.
Yeah, I'm dying to remember who was sharing the Meteorite dial. That was so nice. I got to go back and look. I think I took a screenshot of it in my photos, but
Some
it
of the
really was amazing how close it was.
Some of them are horrible. I mean, some of the meteorite, like a lot of the Omega meteorites are just hideous.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's because they use too much rhodium when finishing them, because some look way too dark.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what coating Rolex uses. I know they coat their dials, but they do a good job. Even the older ones, some of them were pretty nasty. The older Daytonas, which I don't understand why why they're not in as high demand as the modern one is. The previous generation Meteorite with Daytona with the red indices, those are beautiful. The Meteorite on that is absolutely beautiful.
Mr. Z, remember that one Daytona, two-tone Daytona we seen on collectors that time, and it had a dark dial on it, and we were both like, "Holy shit! Never seen that configuration before."
Yeah.
The
Paul Newman dial.
What did that look like? Wasn't it? I don't think it was a Paul Newman dial. That older two-tone that we were looking at. It was the same model of Daytona that was like the Maserati dial, but it had like a dark dial on it and was just a really unique configuration that neither of us had ever seen before. And I remember you were almost ready to go make an offer on it, and then it was gone like that same day.
I thought it was the same configuration as the Newman dial that I just traded and that JJ has. Only it's a two-tone. It's not a solid gold. That's what I thought we were looking at, Huff.
Well, maybe I'm referring to something different, but I feel like the Newman dial nomenclature has been stretched so wide these days. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it is, and I'm just not registering or associating it with the Newman dial.
I don't know why they call it the Newman dial because it really isn't. So, but that's what they refer it. That's what they refer it as, and it just stuck because it really has no.
It definitely had
no
the background color of that Newman dial Oyster Flex that you had. It had the same. You know what? I think you're right. Now that I'm
it's
looking
the same.
at some
It's
photos.
the same dial. The only difference is it's two-tone. It's not solid gold, and it's a great value because the dial. I love that dial.
Yeah, it was
he
under
still
like
has
20
one.
grand.
It's just jacked. He jacked the. He's got another one, and he jacked the price on it. Because the one we were looking at it was under 20.
Yeah,
if you remember.
I remember 100%.
Right, and now I think he's got one for like 23 grand.
Huh. Yeah, because that you're right. It had that like dark, almost rhodium color background. I don't know why I got rhodium on the brain this morning. Arch, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still there, just trying to do something.
Downloading those images?
Yeah, it'll be worth.
I heard a rumor going around that they're working on a salmon dial Daytona, which would be interesting.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
Has there ever been a proper salmon dial?
No, I mean maybe more like a. No, I don't think so. Not really. Not that I mean, there's been so many custom dials made and off catalog pieces. Saad would know better than I would, but I don't think I've ever seen a proper one. No.
Yeah, I just
And
googled
you
Hammond dial Daytona.
you could do a lot with the sub dials on that and really make it pop. Um,
Mr. Z theme song.
There's one
it's,
here that was sold at Christie's auction, a 16519 from 1997 with a rare salmon dial. It sold in 2021 for $370,000 US.
Holy shit, that is gorgeous. I would love them to make a dial like that. You
They
hook
did
the
in
sub dials up.
1997.
I'm talking about a modern one.
Oh yeah.
One that I could go and buy
And with
for
the
retail
Arabic
instead of spending
numerals.
200,000 on it.
Hey, Mr. Z, I think I found it. Was this what we were looking at? It just the pictures were a
that's it.
little different,
Yeah.
right?
That's the watch, yeah.
I mean, look at that for 18 grand. You can't tell me
Yeah.
that's not the best bang per buck.
Absolutely.
Around.
It is. You're getting a lot of bang for the buck there. It's a great watch.
Arch, what do you think of this Daytona?
He's not listening.
Yeah, that.
Why is
right,
it so cheap?
That's the same. That's a retired, design. I shouldn't say retired. Discontinued because Rolex never retires anything. So that's a discontinued design. And the only difference is the red hand, the counter. They still make this dial. They just don't make the red counter anymore.
The only thing
But you can't get that in two-tone anymore. They don't make that at all. This
I
edition.
love that dial config.
It's great.
With the
Listen,
red
it broke my heart to trade that.
Amazing.
Listen, it's got to hurt, So
Yep.
you got to give to get. That's the way it works.
I agree. Can't keep it all. See, that one was so much better than this one to me. Right?
No
that other
comparison.
dial. Yeah. Because it just has so much pop on that sub.
Did you ever like the Maserati dial? I was never into that one.
No, I dig that one.
You like it?
I'm wearing the Panda today, but I usually wear the Maserati to work a lot, and it's probably my most worn Daytona, so I like it a lot.
Just making sure this isn't any type of aftermarket dial. But no, black champagne. Huh.
No,
I gotta do some research on this. This is a beautiful looking one.
It's factory,
I really
man.
dig this one.
Yeah. It's a lot of bang for the buck.
No, it was driving me. I was trying to think the other day because I remember we were talking about a watch, and I went through our text convos, to go through like the photos we shared, and I couldn't find it, and it was driving me nuts. And it was like one of those late at night. I didn't want to bother you, but no, that was 100% it.
You could put that on the aftermarket. You could put that on the Everest or on the the other good quality rubber.
Oh, Rubber B.
And Rubber B, yeah, and you've got your Oyster Flex Daytona there because it's the gold one's heavy and you have to be careful. You have to buy a good quality strap to hold it. Make sure it can hold up. You can't buy a fucking cheap rubber strap. But the two-tone, you'll be fine with a Rubber B on that, and it'll hold up just fine. And you've got that killer combination. At a bargain.
You still have your Snoopy Omega?
You know it.
Yeah, I like that watch.
I wore it Saturday.
I heard rumors they discontinued it, and I got an email from the Omega boutique, just the typical like happy birthday email that they always throw out to you, and I just figured it was worth asking since I heard the rumors, and they said no, that it's still very much in production with no plans that they know of.
Well, I got an email from the boutique saying that it was no longer available.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, and this is an official Omega boutique
Yeah, mine too. So I don't know what the truth is. Truth is I don't know the truth. Because I've been, I'm part of Omega Group as well, and they weren't clear on it. First, they said it was discontinued in the group, and somebody contacted Omega directly, and they said, no, it's not. So, but everybody got the same fucking email saying you can't get it anymore. So who knows? But I think officially Omega's not admitting that. They're all over the place. Honestly, that is probably the best bang for the buck on the gray market right now. You could pick one up somewhere between 15 and 16 G's, and I think that is a great deal for that watch. If you're in the market in that kind of, and it wears big. I mean, it's 42 mil. It's a nice size watch. For for a bigger wrist, it's comfortable. Obviously, it's a manual wind. It has that cool, feature in the back with Snoopy surrounding the moon.
Yep.
That watch right now is probably the best hyped, valued watch on the market. And eventually, it's going to disappear.
Right. Once that gets discontinued, that's going nowhere but up.
Right. I think it's the best in that price range. It's the best value, and you'll never get tired of it. It really.
Well, I also think getting it on the bracelet just completely changes it, and it punches way above the weight on bracelet.
Well, I can blame you for that because you're the one who pushed it on me nonstop.
Well,
and I did it. I've gotten every bracelet, every configuration you can get, and honestly, have to be. And I didn't like it when I first got it, but it's never come off the bracelet once I put it on it's never come off. So it is the best.
Hold on.
It is the best. And the most comfortable was the rubber, but it just doesn't look right.
Yeah. It just looks so much more premium on the bracelet to me.
It's gorgeous. It is. It's a killer combination. I'd send you a picture, but I'm driving.
No, we don't want you to risk that.
No.
That's a soundbite we don't want.
No. But I don't have it with me. But I did send it to you when I first got it, and I slapped it on there.
Here's my email from Mr. Anthony Lespina at the Omega Swatch Group. Of course, hope you enjoy a special day. Thank you for the message regarding the Silver Snoopy timepiece. It is still being produced. The Garden City Boutique will be able to confirm your status. So,
do it, dude. Did you put in for it?
Yeah, but I wasn't like following up on it at all, but maybe I should. Maybe I'll forward this to the boutique manager and, start.
I think you should, man.
What is it, 10 retail?
I think so, 10.6, I think, something like that. 10.6 maybe, 10.8, somewhere around there. Or 86, maybe 8,600. I can't remember.
Hold on, let me see. 10.6. 10.6. I'm looking on Omega's site.
Yeah. And honestly, if I was in the market for that and didn't want to, because the boutiques are horrible, they don't want to give the watch up.
No, you gotta spend especially the one by me. I mean, they think they're like a Richard Mille boutique. It's unreal. I hate them so much.
Omega is, believe it or not, the boutiques, they think that they're fucking, their shit don't stink. They're horrible to work with. But anyway.
Honestly, when you would hear the attitude they have if you ask for a white Speedmaster there, oh my God.
Well, they act, I don't know what they think. I mean, they're worse than Rolex. Honest, they are.
Yeah, no, a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Especially if they feel like what's kind of limited, they really try to turn it up.
I don't think there's any such thing as a limited Omega.
I think the closest thing's the 321.
They're the biggest whores in the watch market. I mean, they're almost as bad as Timex.
Well, I only say
and they
that.
make. I love Omegas. I have them. And they're great. They're not bad watches, but they're horrible. They make every goddamn. How many Speedmaster models can you have?
Yeah. No, you're spot on there. I mean, if you look on the website right now, there's 20 current models right now.
I think we did it a few weeks ago where we looked at all the different models. It's ridiculous. Combined, they have like probably 1,000 model variations of everything.
Yeah, if we're just talking Moonwatch Professional, none of the side derivations, there's 20 of just Moonwatch Professionals. Then when you go on the wider Speedmaster, the Heritage model, there's 13. Dark Side of the Moon, there's 10. Speedmaster 38 mil is 30 of them. The bicompacts, the 2 registers, there's 35 versions of those. And for the digital ones, there's those Mars timers and Skywalkers. There's 5 of those. Unreal.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. There it is. Yeah, it's insane.
Whoever is doing their marketing doesn't understand. If they announce tomorrow that they wiped all that shit out and made 4 models of the Speedmaster, their stock would go through the roof.
Like,
There'd
look
be
at this.
Demand. I mean, it would just change their game completely.
The Aquaterra, they have 136 versions.
Yeah,
that's
fucking
ridiculous.
Retarded. Yeah, it's just crazy. That's what makes it frustrating. Can you imagine? And they have a lot of beautiful stuff, and they make a great watch. They're great. But
I'm dying for them to update the Speedmaster Racing too. That thing's really overdue for an update.
Yeah.
They got 57 Planet Ocean versions.
And then they do the worst thing.
Hey, Arch.
Hey guys, I'm
you
sorry
saying
to
that
do
you're going to
this to
leave
you.
now?
No,
Yeah,
he's been downloading content, so
He's going to leave now.
Okay.
Watch.
Okay, I'm about to change the content
No.
from
what
watches
do we have?
to car
yeah,
talk.
we're going into car talk.
And I want to show
yes,
you
let's
All right.
go.
I'm glad both
Well,
of you
good,
guys
because I'm
are
almost
here.
at work, so.
Okay, let
What
me
do
show
you
you.
got?
Guys, if
okay,
you got
I'm
any
gonna show you something
questions you want to
amazing.
support this show, consider a super chat. Thank you.
Archie's in the land of
Now
Buick.
look at this. I'm going to show this to you. This is in China. It's the AKD Luxury Cars Mall, Guinness World Records, largest used car dealership building, showroom area.
Wow.
Okay.
So these are all different dealers in the same building, right?
Now, no,
I got to
one
send.
dealership. Okay, let's have a look at the
Remember,
inventory.
I sent you. I sent Archie Huff. I sent Archie a video of Ray Catina's personal collection.
Oh,
I got to send that to you, dude.
Yeah,
It is
please do.
It's unfucking believable. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
He
Now,
doesn't
you wanna see
remember.
the cars, guys.
Yes, let's go.
Come
You
on.
want to see the cars?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Show
have a
us
look.
the
This is the
cars.
largest. That's actually, they only sell luxury cars. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's the award there. Largest used car dealership building in the world. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Let's go and have a look. Okay, that's the complimentary. Actually, you had the drinks were $28. Okay.
Wait, they had a cash bar in this joint?
Okay, this is the wait. Okay, 28.
$28
okay, so let's
for a
put that.
drink.
That was 28 RMB to.
I'm just blown away. There's a
US.
cash bar in the dealership.
Oh, look, there's Herman
So you got to pay.
Ingram's.
It's $3.
I don't-
$3.85. Okay, $4 American. Okay.
That's not too bad.
Let me
Did
show
you just
the
say
inventory.
$4?
Look at this. Okay, have
Yeah,
a look
$4
at the
US.
inventory. Okay, have a look at this.
$4
So
for a drink?
that's the dealership. Every level is
You
used
can't get a
cars.
fucking Diet Coke for $4 in America. Continue.
Every level. I know. Look at this. This is the levels. I want to show you the inventory. Look at this.
Bentley.
GT, right?
Now these are all
How's that?
pre-owned, Arch?
Inventory. Porsches. Look at that. As far as the
Yeah,
eye
these will be
can see.
And you wonder where the money is.
China.
You went to this
So
during this trip,
this is a 718, right? Hello, can you hear me? Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You want to?
Yes.
No.
Do you want to do some stuff?
Yes.
This is a okay. So this is a box. This is a Boxster, right? Let's have a look. Let's see what it's like. Okay. Okay. So this Boxster here. Okay. So 718. It's a third January, February, March 21 car. Okay. It's a 2-liter turbo.
I love how Archie can
price of this
translate
car
from
here
Chinese just by
400
figuring out from the numbers.
Continue, Arch.
Okay, so the price of this car is 408 RMB. That's 56,000 US. Okay. That's the car there. It's a Cayman. It was a Cayman. Sorry, Cayman. So I had a look around.
All right.
Don't worry about the prices. We'll just have a look at the inventory. I'll show you the stock. Look at the Bentley inventory. The Bentley.
The Stingray
Bentley's
has
and Rolls
landed.
Royce inventory.
I'll show you a
Ferrari.
picture when I get out, Hoff.
All right.
I'll show Hoff a picture when I get out. Give me a second and I'll get a sticky
I think you
pic.
sent me a picture already. The white one?
Yeah.
Not when I was driving it. I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite
It's not
Bentleys
easy to
of all
get out
time.
of when you're a fat old man.
I love the tan interior.
Okay. So let's have a look at the price. This is a GT V8. Okay.
Oh, Arch, look. Look at Mr. Zoso.
Holy.
That was the
what's he
turn
driving?
signal we were hearing. Yes.
It's a vet.
Yes, Stingray.
Huh?
He's bought a vet.
What?
You bought a
Corvette.
vet. So have a look at this GTS, right? It's 958. That is 132,000 US.
Hold on, Mrs. Z. I want to put it full screen. There you
I
go.
don't think it's
Perfect.
a
Like
real
that. Like that. That's the way to hold it.
That's it there. That's it. Is
Can
that
you
a
give us a
bargain?
walk around?
130. What do you think, Hoff? Yep, I got a few pictures. I got a few more. Show you. How about this? You want an old dog?
Is that the Azure?
You want an old dog?
What kind of Bentley is that?
Yeah.
The Azure?
Yes. And that's a Silver Shadow for 70 Silver Shadow. Okay. Yazua. Okay, so I'll work that out for you. That's actually quite cheap. Okay, so that is 40 grand US. That's about what they go for, isn't it? It's an 03.
By the way, while you were going through it, I was looking in the
Silver
U.S. market for that Cayman. That seemed pretty cheap for that Cayman that you were showing before. That 718.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't catch the mileage,
Yes.
but the average price definitely seemed above that.
Okay. Let me show you some more. I just flicked through. So look, how about that? Isn't that sexy?
Yeah.
Is that sexy, Hoff?
I mean, that is pure class.
Maserati.
Which one? What car would you have if you was to stay in Shenzhen long term?
What do you think of that? It doubles as a
beautiful
hearse.
to get driven in.
What do you think of that? GT Mercedes.
They made 4-door GTs? I don't think that was a GT. That was 4 doors, no?
Showroom. Look at this. G-Wagons, they got a floor full of them. Actually, you want to see the price of the
They do make
G-Wagon?
4-door GTs. Wow, I never seen one before.
I think Archie's internet's
See,
fucked.
this G-Wagon here is 100. That's
Arch, the screen's not updating right now.
Cars everywhere.
We got we got a super chat, boys. We got a super chat. Very first super chat of the show. £2 British. Thank you so much, Rich Mitch. Archie should release his own fragrance line. Good idea, Rich Mitch. But what would it smell like? What would an Archie luxury fragrance smell like? That is the question. But it's a good idea. Good idea.
What would it smell like? That's a good question.
You got any ideas if we were to brainstorm, Arch? What are some scents that come to mind?
The scents of Bangkok.
I feel like some fried dumplings.
The mean streets of Hong Kong.
A little Hussein sauce in the air.
Archie's internet's fucked. It doesn't. This place doesn't even
Here's
look
an
that big.
A5 Cabriolet.
Wait, it's not updating the photos. Can you, if you shut the window down and reshare, it'll show. Oh, I see it now.
Hello, Half.
Yes.
Yes. It's strange how they put 31. It's strange how they put 31.8 if they want to say 318,000.
So where's the mileage on this, Lux? Can you?
I think it's in blue underneath the big red square.
Oh.
I think it's on the right, at the bottom right. I'm guessing. I don't speak Chinese, so nor does Archie. Archie's guessing as well. I'm guessing.
That's a nice cabriolet.
Yeah, I think that's the K's. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, is that 6,845 or? Yeah. But they do their numbers weird.
That's the K's, I think. Yeah.
Or is it 68,450?
No, that's the K.
I think it's a sharp-looking car, no doubt.
So that Audi to 2021.
Yep, has a good 6-cylinder in it, right? Or wait,
sorry,
is that the 6 or the 4? Hold on.
2 liter 4. It's the top. You can see it says 2 liter T.
Oh, right.
Okay, so 300.
So that's a turbo.
318.
Okay.
That is 44,000 US.
For 2002? I mean, 2022. Sorry, 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Doesn't seem to be.
We have a very kind super chat from
Rich
Mitch, £5 British. Thank you so much, Rich Mitch, for supporting the show. He says, possible fragrance name include Fike Me Dead. I gotta be honest. The Bro House Bluesy, and I like this one, Touched by Lux. I like that. That would be the best.
Rich Mitch is onto something here.
Le touched by Lux.
And NATO spot on as always.
Perfume.
Eau de KFC.
But how much would it cost? How much would it be, this perfume? Would it be cheap, nasty shit? Or would it be outrageously priced?
Yeah, Arch, what price point do you think you'd want to offer this on? And would you do an exclusive distribution deal with Chemist Warehouse?
Let me work on it, guys.
I think we put Rich Mitch on the case. They don't call him Rich Mitch for nothing.
I think he should put it outrageously priced. Because hey, if you sell only one bottle, at least you've made $1,000, right?
So watch, I'm looking for similarly priced A5 cabs around me, and it looks like they're going in the mid to low 30s.
Okay. They're not far from America, are they?
No, unless there's one fully loaded with very little miles, is closer to like 45.
What do you think of this showroom? Isn't it? It's an amazing showroom.
I mean, that was
isn't
amazing. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Now you've found the biggest showroom for cars in the world. Can you find us where all the watches are? Is there like a biggest watch mall or anything?
Beamers. Still looking for that. Beamers. They got Beamers.
330i.
2020. 225,000.
With only 5,000 miles on it.
31 grand.
No, I think they do their numbers differently. I think it's 48,408. Because you see where they put the dot, it's weird. Because you know the 22.5, that's actually 22. What's the price, Archie? 22,500.
Yes. So that's 48,000 Ks on it, and that car there. See, plus the 5,000. That's the stamp duty. That's the plate cost. Okay. So, but it's interesting to see the cars there, don't you think?
I agree. It looks like one of those gumball dispenser machines.
Look at it. I love that color. That color looks amazing.
Wait, we're just seeing a sticker on there. You might. Oh, there we go. That's silver. What is that? Brooklyn gray or that skyscraper gray?
This is the 330 Li. They got a long wheelbase version, Hoff.
Oh, that's what the LI stands for?
Yes, the long wheelbase version. We don't even get that.
I wonder if
The
that's
Chinese
just
version.
an American spec version.
It's actually longer, apparently. Okay, so it's pretty. That's the closest I could get to my or your car, your wife's car, Hoff. And you can tell it's the previous. It's not the LCI because it's got the little dimple on the headlight. You see that there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that version better than the LCI.
I'll show you something else that was nice. They got a lot of these A classes. Would you? I don't know. I think they're a CLS. Look at this.
So, Arch, I'm looking. That 3 Series is what they call a Grand Limousine, and that's that is in fact a long wheelbase model. It's 4.5 inches longer. That's substantial.
Yes.
Has a turbocharged 2-liter inline 4, good for 260 horsepower. Wow.
And look at this. They've also got a 325 Li. We don't even have that in Australia or America.
Yeah.
There must be some tax concession reasons for that.
Oh, you know what? I bet you that's a turbo diesel. Oh no, because it would say
No,
LD,
no.
right? It wouldn't be LI.
Yeah.
Because the I is the inline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go, Hoff. What do you think of that?
Very cool.
I wasn't able to spend that long there, but
I was gonna say, how long did you stay in there?
about half an hour.
Yeah, these are the type of places where me and my wife look at each other and I say, I think you should just leave now and I'll Uber home.
Archie, I got you some information regarding the LI. Here it is.
Yes, sir.
It's a Chinese only version. The 325 Li is built in China, and is 11 centimeters longer than the standard saloon. And you gain a whopping 43 millimeters of extra legroom in the back seats.
Wow.
I don't know if it's 43. I think 40.
I don't know.
4 inches. So that's okay.
Millimeters.
Well, don't forget that's on the
44
wheelbase.
millimeters. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. 4 centimeters. Yeah, that's okay.
So I guess that can be driven in a more chauffeur type setup.
I suppose so.
Because that's considered probably a higher level luxury car than it would be in our markets, right? Over there.
You know they got Lincoln Continentals here.
Really,
And
the new model ones that came out recently?
The 2 liter.
Huh. You know, one of my brothers wanted to get one when they came out with the reissue. I wonder whatever happened with that.
Your brother wanted to get what, sorry?
My brother-in-law was going after it because they were supposed to come out with it, but I don't think they ever came out with it. Because we went to a New York auto show. They always do the New York auto show at the Jacobs Shopping Center. And we seen one that was a concept that was supposed to come to market, but I don't think it ever came. Because my brother-in-law
you never got a 2-liter Lincoln?
I'm just talking about the new, like a modern Lincoln Continental. It looked really cool from what I remember. This was just pre-COVID.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you don't have that in America. Fuck.
I don't think so. Oh, wait. I see a 2020. Maybe it only came out for 1 year? Because it's definitely not on the current website. If I look at models. Oh, no. Here I see one, a 2024. But this might not be America. Let me see. Because when I look at Lincoln, all they show me is SUVs for some reason.
Yeah, that's what they sell, I think, now.
They might have shut down the sedans in the U.S.
Yes. Wow, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, they no longer into car business. Wow, that's surprising.
Well, Ford said that. Ford was only going to make the Mustang and SUVs. Remember Ford said that?
Yeah.
And I mean,
and then they started making the SUV Mustang.
What is that? I don't get that. Do you get that?
No, not at all.
It's electric as well, isn't it?
I think so. It looks like
How is that a Mustang? I don't know. That's like Breitling putting Navitimer on the name of watches that aren't Navitimers.
Yeah, it's just like when you think of Ford, Mustang is the only like premium brand I feel like that still holds a great deal of credibility.
It's the only brand. It's the only badge that anyone fucking wants.
Yeah, so why would you dilute it with all these like off brands? I think they were smart to bring the Bronco back, though. That seems to be a huge success here in the U.S. There were a lot
take that off.
of, believe it or not, there were a lot of car dealers, Ford specifically, getting into a lot of trouble playing games with the overpricing those Broncos and making kickbacks and stuff like that.
Mm.
That
They were
Ford was
expensive, those
cracking down.
Broncos.
Yeah, they pulled the dealership from a couple of people that were playing like very nasty games with that. Just reading that in the paper over.
Have the price of Broncos settled down now?
I think the price of all these cars kind of settled. Maybe you have, if it's like the Bronco R Raptor version, that you'd probably pay a premium for. But I have a feeling, because I'm like you, sometimes if you have a little time to kill, maybe you'll pull into a dealership and just look around if there's something close. And
I used to do that before I got told to go back to making shitty YouTube videos.
Well, you know what, Arch? You stayed at the party too long. You know that saying?
Yes.
Don't stay at the party too long.
I stayed at the party too long.
That's when they caught on to you. You got to make the quick appearance.
Can I tell you what my problem is, Huff?
What is that?
See, now that I'm middle-aged, I can't eat shit sandwiches. If you're trying to sell me dog shit, I'll fucking call it out. And I said to the salesman, how could me, having had my BMW for 2 years, 3 months, and I've lost 48% in depreciation, how could that be a good time for me to trade my car in now?
And what was
That's
his
what
response?
I said. Oh, we can do it's a good time. He said maybe you didn't buy it terribly well. He starts criticizing it. And because he's trying to get, I went and test drive an i4, the electric BMW, right?
The one Lolex drives now.
What happened to Rolex? What the fuck happened, man?
I know. I told him, he promised me he was going to come on here, but you know what? I think he's waiting till you're back in Brisbane so we can give it a proper. But he did agree because he came on to the Mookie Lounge one night late.
I can't believe he got rid of his Porsche.
Yes, and he sold the Porsche and got into an i4, and he's willing to do an interview.
Did he get someone pregnant?
I don't know. Maybe he felt, some ownership costs were coming up. Maybe it needed some substantial work done or something going on, and he figured it was the right time to get into an electric car. I think out there in California, they have huge incentives.
Okay. Fuck. That seems a bit strange to me, but anyhow, I got to tell you. So I said to the salesman, I said, this is bullshit. I said, it's not a good idea to get out of it. I said, I won't accept shit sandwiches from anyone anymore. See?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like they say, oh, this is a really good deal. I said, this is not a really good deal. I said, it sucks.
It all depends on the dealership, Arch. I have a dealership by me that's close. The closest Audi dealership to me is the one I hate the most. And it's one of those dealerships where you go into and, I always look on the website, see what the inventory is before you walk in. So, kind of what they have. And so I went in there and I was like, hey, there's a specific model. When I was looking for the SQ8, I've since decided to extend my S6 lease, and I'm waiting for just either the interest rates to go down or get the right price on an RSQ8.
Rates are crazy now, Huff.
Yeah, I agree. And, there's nothing wrong with my car. So time's on my side. Anyway, I go into this dealership and they had 14 SQ8s on the lot. Okay, 14 of them.
Yeah.
So I go in and I'm talking to a guy and he goes, oh, wait, you want the SQ8? Oh, I didn't know you want the, we got to see, you might have to make a custom order. And I go, I just looked on the website. You have 14 of them in stock. Well, no, that's not always updated. That could be coming in. Some of those are already spoken for. So I said, okay, well, here's the one I'm looking for. Do you still have that in stock? Oh, I got to talk to the manager. Let me see. Someone put a hold on it. They try to go through all this horse shit. And then lo and behold, 10 minutes of wasting your time while you're sitting at his desk, he comes back. You know what? Someone had it on hold, but they didn't come in. So I was able to, if you're serious about it right now, we can give it to you. And I'm like, you're so full of shit right now. No one had that on hold because it would say reserved on the website. Like, there's plenty of models I see that are on hold, but they would say on hold or reserved for the moment, and you can sign up. And then the guy's just looking at me, trying not to like smirk. And then that was when I went to take a ride in the art. They didn't have an SQ8 that they would let me take a ride in. They wanted to do the regular Q8. And then eventually I got him to let me drive the RSQ8, and that was a 2023, right? It's still sitting on the lot. And he's trying to sell me the song of, oh, but it's an RS model. They don't make a lot of these. We only get one a year. And I said, no shit, because it's been sitting here for a year and a half. Why would Audi send you any more of them? You got to sell these things to get more volume. I was like, well,
I'm like you, Huff. I won't eat their shit sandwich. I won't kiss. Who the fuck? He's not my boss. Why should I suck his cock?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not for me to fucking. I said to him, it's bullshit, and they're so pushy. I said, I don't need to rush. Just because you need to make a sale, I don't need to rush. And they were best mates. They offered me all this incentive. As soon as I said no, I'm the biggest cunt in the world.
Well, Arch, I was getting called from almost every Audi dealership in the New York City metro area. I don't even know how. There must be, they know when your lease is coming up or something, because they were calling me like lunatics. Literally, the day I extended my lease, all the calls stopped and I can't get a response from anyone. It was just so funny. I was getting all these crazy offers and then it just all came to a screeching halt once I extended. Now, the cool thing about extending an Audi lease, which is much better than what my wife is being faced with. I think my wife can only extend her lease for, I forget if it was 2 or 3 months, and they don't give any extra mileage.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So, with your wife's car, how many years does she lease for?
3.
Okay, she does a 3, and then she likes to get a new one. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, she's literally had like 12 3 Series.
Yeah, they're a great car.
I'm trying to get on her to get an M340 this go around, but let's see.
What about an M2?
She gets really caught up in the numbers thing. I don't think she would go to down to a 2. She really wants
to go to a 2. It's like an E46 3 Series. Because they put on weight. A modern 3 Series.
Right, it was an M5. Now, yeah, a modern M3 is the size of an M5 a couple generations ago.
Yeah, like the 3 Series your wife's driving, that's the same platform as a 5 Series, actually. Yeah. It uses it, and
did you see that new 5 Series or the new M5 they announced?
I hate it.
How the hell did they make it 15? It's something like 1,500 pounds heavier than the last edition.
Because there's so much battery in it now.
Yeah.
It's hybrid.
I hate it, absolutely.
They've only got one model that's gasoline, and that's the 520. The base model is the only one, and that's got an Eco Boost in it still. It still has
when I was talking to the guy, when I test drove the M5 Comp, he told me the chance that they're waiting to get an update on what the M550 is, and there's a chance that might be an ICE engine.
Oh, okay.
If that carries over the V8, I just can't see them doing that, because then who the hell is going to want the M5 that's like that bloated electric version?
Yeah, but electric has suddenly stopped being flavor of the month, but you know what I mean?
Totally.
Is BYD big in America?
What's BYD?
Build Your Dream. It's a Chinese brand of electric vehicle.
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay.
The only other off-brand besides like the usuals you see is Rivian seems to be getting a lot more popular. Do you guys have that?
Okay.
Never heard of them.
No.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot more of those on the road. They're like more electric pickup trucks and stuff. At least the models I see.
And I got to tell you, I got a friend of mine who's got an iX2 and an i4. And he said the Chinese BYD is a better quality and better built vehicle, which is scary because they're a fraction of the price of the BMW. And,
what is the
I don't know if I
Chinese
really
iPhone that they do that's almost better than the iPhone now? Is it the Xiaomi?
Huawei. Huawei, isn't it? Huawei?
XOAMI, is that how you say it? Huawei?
Yeah. Look, I don't begrudge free enterprise. I mean, I like the way American capitalists get angry when Chinese start to infringe on their areas. Americans,
Well, I think they
like
get mad when they steal their IP. There's a very big difference.
But they're getting angry that the Chinese stuff is better than what they make and cheaper.
Well, I think it's cheaper. I don't necessarily
Yeah,
think in most
you
cases
do
it's
know,
better.
Archie, that the Chinese also stole the technology from the Japanese about high-speed trains.
Yeah, so what? You to blame them?
What do you mean, so what?
Is
They
that bad?
didn't invent it
Is that bad?
themselves. They just-
Who gives
yeah,
a
it is
fuck?
bad. They just go around stealing people's inventions and technologies. And
Yeah, well, they haven't actually broken the law because those rules don't apply in China. So go fuck yourself. You
Jeez.
know what?
Well, that's why there's the international trade acts, right?
Well, the funny thing is, right? Do you know the reason why Toyota has factories in Thailand and Honda has factories in Thailand? You know why they didn't go to China for those factories?
Because they would steal all their
They were
manufacturing
scared.
secrets.
They don't trust the Chinese. Now, the reality is, I've seen that Chinese rail. It's incredible. You can't get better than copy. And don't forget, what do you think? You know, are you a Z fan? You know the 280Z. You remember the Z? That engine was a copy of a Mercedes engine.
Oh, that Nissan?
Yeah. So live by the sword, die by the sword. Don't worry. The Japanese did all the copying, and they beat the original. That's like a cover band selling out while the original guys can't even get a crowd together at the local pub.
Right. Well, listen, you see a lot of that in the Korean car
There
manufacturers.
isn't a word for adults, sunshine.
But Arch, in like the modern Hyundais and Kias, all of a sudden they're looking a lot more like the Audis and Volkswagens did, and that's because they hired a lot of their top designers.
They hired
Yeah,
the designers. What do you think it is? Hey, do you blame them?
No, I think it's a very smart move. But I think these German brands now have to be very careful because now
Germans.
when they do their
they use too much plastic, Hoff.
Well, they're trying to keep up with the how do you say, kind of what's going on in the industry, in industry norms.
I like competition. I thought we're free enterprise.
No, I'm with you.
capitalists.
I agree. Listen, I'm the idiot who wants to test drive that iconic 5N when it comes out, just because I'm blown away by the numbers. It's
There's
ridiculous.
competition, and then there's just copying
Theft.
everything you do,
Yeah.
right? Stealing
There's
everything.
competition, and then there's counterfeit.
Yeah.
I've always loved the Hyundai brand here in the States because I have a friend of mine who's a general manager at a Hyundai dealership, and he just gives such amazing pricing for anyone I send their way. Literally, there's been no less than a dozen people probably in the last 2 years that I referred to him, and I always tell everyone, get the best rate you can and then go see my friend. He's never not beaten someone's price. And just the other day, one of my friend's sons wanted the new Santa Fe, which is the mid-size SUV they offer, and he beat the monthly price and required with no money down, where the dealership they were going to wanted $4,000 down and a much more expensive monthly price. So I think in a lot of those dealerships, they must really take advantage of people who don't have the best credit, or they have a lot of leeway in the rates that they can charge. It's got to be, because the bang per buck is really impressive. And the tech, when you get into those cars, the tech they have in them is pretty amazing. Like, I remember I had leased the Sonata for my father.
Disappointed with the App Store.
But Arch, I had leased, I think it was a 2015 Sonata for my father, right?
Yes.
Yes. Back then in 2015, that car came with an app that you could remote start it.
Yes.
You can put the temperature of the inside the car, whether you wanted the heated seats on, whether you wanted, climate control on. And I used to borrow it sometimes to take it to the train station when I'd stay over by him. And it was amazing during the summertime, like a steaming hot car you have to get into sometimes. When I was one train stop away, I would just have it started, set all the climate control temperatures, and it was just an amazing feature that you can't do nothing like that in a 2024 Audi. There's certain like creature comforts that you get.
BMW, you got to pay extra for remote start. They sell it as a monthly app, the fuckers.
Yeah, and all the shit was just generally standard. I mean, unless I just had gotten it thrown in on a... But that was a car that was... I don't even know if it was $300 a month. It was somewhere in the, low threes, I want to say. With no money down, sign and drive.
Yeah.
So it just blows my mind, the value prop, when you get into it. Now, granted...
Would you buy an ICE next time? Are you buying an ICE next time, or you go EV?
No, I'm staying ICE. I don't think I'll go EV anytime soon.
Okay.
At best, I would do a hybrid, but not a plug-in hybrid. I don't want anything where I got to plug it in.
Yeah, okay.
I don't mind the hybrids that, generate energy off
otherwise
the
you've got a lot of
like
anxiety. Where can you plug the bastard in?
That's right. And the road trips I go on generally are rural. So when you go like upstate, or you look to go into like, let's say farm
it's
country.
It's hard enough getting premium gas at times, Huff.
Yeah. Well, that sometimes I've flirted with the idea of getting a diesel here and there, but I always get nervous that it could be a pain in the ass to find diesel.
Yeah, you only have to fill it up once a month, but
yeah. The funny thing is, I do miss.
Diesel used to be so cool.
I do miss being able to put in regular gas in a car versus premium gas, because here in the US, it's almost $1 more.
Oh shit, is that right?
And some places it's like $1.50 more. So it just drives me nuts. It's the same basic gas with a little additive in it, and they're
What would
gouging
happen
you
if
that
you
much.
just put normal gasoline in it?
So it knocks. I've actually done this before in
Shit.
my wife's last lease because I didn't believe that it truly needed. She thought it needed premium, and I read an owner's manual. It only needed plus, so I figured, let me. She was coming to the end of her lease, so I figured, let me throw regular in there, and then it did start making like a kind of knocking sound.
Fuck.
How long after?
But I threw in it was about, I would say, two full tanks of doing that.
And then you'd quickly put premium back in?
So I threw in an octane booster in what was left in there.
Yeah.
And then the problem went away. She didn't know I did that. And she was going to schedule a maintenance thing. So I figured, let me throw in the octane boost in beforehand and put some mileage in, and then top it off with premium before we go, just so. And then they said, oh, it could have just been some bad gas or something that you got.
Oh, they couldn't find anything. Is that what you're saying?
Well, something tripped in the ECU that said it was some gas related, petrol related issue, and they wrote it off as some bad gas. Because if you go to some of these knockoff or smaller gas stations, there's always the thought that they're just selling you regular or not as premium petrol.
I know, I feel that. But I'm so pedantic. I only use one petroleum company for my premium.
Yeah, I generally stick to one as well. My top pick is usually Sunoco, and then if I can, I usually go BP, which is the old Amoco.
I just use BP exclusively.
Jeez, you guys treat your cars like fucking baby.
Amoco.
Yeah. Remember Amoco?
Yes, they used to have great ads on TV for Amoco.
Yes. Yep. I loved Amoco. My mother was a big Amoco. That's the only place she would get gas. That's why it kind of stuck in me. She loved her Amoco. And they had the coolest logo. My father was a Shell guy because that was a Dutch-owned company. But you don't see much Shell around the area now.
Oh, in Australia, Shell's very big here.
Shell's quite big in Thailand as well.
Yeah, they used to be huge here. I don't know what happened.
Do you have BP
but now
in
there's
Thailand?
BPs.
I don't think you have BP in Thailand, do you?
BP, no, but we got Shell.
Yes.
Arch, do you keep your car in sport mode and always like kind of race it, or do you put it in eco mode and try to squeeze the most gas mileage out of a tank of gas?
Okay, so for starters, I like comfort mode actually, but as soon as I jump in the car, I turn off the start. I hate the stop start. Okay, that fucking annoys me. Okay. You know, stop start where it turns the car off at the traffic lights.
Yep, my wife actually got the dealership to turn that off.
Good for your car.
No, it's horrible for the starter.
Oh, were they able to do that? Sorry?
They can from the dealership. They can shut it off. They can only do it once when you do it. At least that's what they told us. I think it's something they'll do for you in the beginning or they won't do. I'm sure there's ways to get it turned off, but I remember she asked in her last lease if they could turn it off, and they said, oh, no, that's something we can only do from the beginning. So when she got this new one, the first thing she said is, I'm not picking it up unless you turn that shit off by default. And somehow they were able to do it. I'm sure it's just a setting in the ECU. Yes, but it's defaulted off,
Oh,
where
yes,
normally
I
it's
like the
defaulted
idea.
on. Yeah.
But once I've warmed the car up, I like to drive in sports mode. I've got sports individual mode because I don't
Yep.
like the sports steering. I find that a
Uh-huh.
bit
Well, it's
tough.
very heavy, right? The sports steering, you got to really
Yeah.
put some effort in, which
So
I do
the
like that.
sports suspension, and I like the later gear changes.
Yeah, so it revs out.
And you got that fake sound coming in.
Yep. See, what in my Audi, when you go into sport mode, they call sport mode dynamic mode. And when you just go
And I
into,
don't use that eco mode crap. I've never used eco. I've used comfort. I don't mind comfort. Have you ever used launch control?
no, I assume they didn't have it in that model, do they?
In which car?
In the 330?
Your wife's an M Sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every M Sport has it.
Oh, I got to look around then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 100% an M Sport.
Yeah.
And it has that color that only what is the color you guys got that only comes in M's normally?
Portimo blue.
Yeah, because there's a guy in my building who gets annoyed every time because he has one and he has an M3 and it looks exactly like our car, except obviously, the sound and the exhaust. But I know he always gets annoyed by it because he told one of our neighbors that he makes it a point to point out it's not an M3. It's just a M Sport.
Yeah, but you know something? I think the M3 is a brutal car to live with. I don't think I'd want to live with it. Like your wife's car, that's such a. What more do you need? I mean, I have enough trouble keeping to the speed limit with that car.
I gotta say, I do max out on that car, just because where we live, there's not, when you're getting on parkways, there's not a lot of runway, and there's usually people are assholes and don't necessarily merge for you. So
yes,
a lot of times, you got to floor it. And that's the only instance where I feel like it can use more. But, the one thing that the Audis do that I feel like more people should catch on to, or more manufacturers, and what kind of keeps me into Audi is it also, there's most of the current models are sitting on airbags, which I know longevity is probably not a good thing. But when you go into comfort, I mean, it literally drives like a complete different car. It drives like a Cadillac. Everything's floaty. And when you go into dynamic, it drops the car 1.5 inches and it's on rails. So I love the fact that there's two different. So when you say you like driving in comfort, I actually love driving in comfort a lot until I get on like a parkway or somewhere where I want to go fast. And then that's when I'll kick it into dynamic. And the start stop, while they've had terrible problems with it on Audi, I don't really mind it all that much, because what I like about it is it reminds me almost back in the days when you had a manual transmission and kind of doing the dance while you're at a light to keep the revs in, and when you want to keep the revs going so that you're ready to pop the clutch when the light turns.
Yes, of course. I love manual.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. And for whatever reason, the transmission in my car will actually, if you get it right, it'll give you that little bit of reverse roll. And I loved, because it reminds me of manual. Like it almost hits neutral if you do it right.
Oh, I see.
The clutch doesn't engage. And you do save a tremendous amount of gas, but yeah, it's generally a pain in the ass. I only use it when I'm in bad traffic.
What's that? The stop start, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you do use it?
Yeah, in my Audi, I do. It doesn't bother me because, like I tell you, I make a game out of it. But they've been having terrible problems. Yeah, they've been having terrible problems. They sent me, I think I have a 10-year warranty now on the starter, the alternator, and the entire drivetrain because of all the issues. There was a class action lawsuit that forced them to give that updated warranty. That's why I extended my lease too, because when I looked at it, I have Audi Care for another 2 years, and I have my rim tire coverage is good for another year, and I have all this, what do you call it, warranty stuff that, it really made no sense to turn it in right away, especially because I'm well under mileage. I'm only at 15,000 when I was entitled to be at almost 40.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've been driving my car a lot. Mine's actually not a lease, it's a PCP, which basically means, look, I want to drive the fucking car.
Is that you own the car, but they put a lien on it?
Yeah, I got an option to hand it back if it's certain Ks.
Yeah, that's kind of the way they do it in New York too, because this way, if you ever get into trouble, you technically own the car, so they can't sue the car manufacturer.
Oh, I see. Got you. I see what you're saying.
Hey, Arch, I gotta actually run. It was great catching up with you guys, but
hey, I gotta jump off too. Like, see, we might wrap her up. It's been a good show.
All right, so sorry I was super cat poisoned, but it was fun catching up.
Hey, Hoff, it's great chatting to you. I hope you didn't mind seeing the cars.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I love seeing all your travels, and can't wait till you're back in Brisbane.
He'll be there soon.
All right, fellas. Lux, keep up the high energy.
All right, cheers.
Take care.
Thank you. All right, let's say thank you to the super chats. We had Scratchy, member for 17 months. Thank you. And then we had today's sponsor, Rich Mitch. Thank you so much. £2 and Rich Mitch, £5. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Archie. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
See you later. Bye.
See you later.